Sarvakarishu Sarvada
Saraswati
Namastuvyam Varade Kamaruni
Vidyarambham
Karishyami Siddhir Me Sada
Guru
Guru
Brahma
Brahma Guru Vishnu
Guru
Guru Devo Maheshwaraha
Guru
Guru
Sakshat
Sakshat
Parabrahma
Parabrahma Tasmai
Tasmai Shri
Shri
Gurave
Gurave
Namaha.
Namaha
Om Sahana
Bhavatu
Sahanau
Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mavidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Vidya, विभक्ते है विभक्ति नाम विहगा वीक्षणम. Vihaga Vishanam means what? Vihaga means Pakshihi. Vishanam means overview. Pakshihi
Bird's eye view, like that.
Bird's eye view. Tatra pashyati katham asti atah katham anubhuyate tad vishesham Vihaga Vishanam iti uchyate. And also I want to cover Vihaga Vishanam of lakaras, 10 lakaras. Okay, so today you can get a good overview, and then we will go to specifics. The way we are approaching is a little different, so that you feel it, not just hey, this is how it is, and put everything in your brain and just that little bit. Okay, I will come to that when we are there. Yeah, what's the question, Patpajaji?
Yeah, actually that Bhavishya Kala Dhatu,
okay, yeah.
Dru Dhatu is there, no Dru. That what is the meaning of Dru word? Because here Darishyataha it is there.
Dru
So
na Drish Dhatu, right? Pashyati, Drakshyati. Pashyati Vartamana Kale, Drakshyati Bhavishyati.
Not Dhatu is Pratama Purusha, Dru, Darishyataha, Darishyati.
Darshyati or Pashyati?
Darishyati. Page number some 101.
Bhasha Pravesha?
Yeah, Bhasha Pravesha.
10?
101.
101. Where is Drish Dhatu?
Dru.
That is Drish, you know. Prach and below that Drash, right? That's the one? Middle?
Nam, then Dru. What is Dru?
Oh, Dru, Darishyati.
Dharanam,
Vastra Dharanam. Sruyateva, have you heard of Vastra Dharanam? Dharati. Okay. See, Vidyadharaha. See, you have heard the name of Vidyadharaha. Saha Vidyam Dharati. Yaha Vidyam Dharati Saha Vidyadharaha.
Okay.
So this is coming from root Dr. But here it is not causative, it is Darishyati. Mata Syutam, no, Yutakam Darishyati. That Putram Darishyati, making him wear it, right?
Okay, she will. Okay, Darishyati.
Yeah.
Then next, Hr. What is that Hr?
Hr Harishyasi, Madhyama Purusha. Okay. Hr, I think Hridayam, right? What is that? Stealing.
Achha.
Why it is called Hridayam? Why it is called Harihi? All these things are coming from there. Harihi is who is stealing your heart.
Okay.
Okay, he is ready to steal your heart. You only need to allow it. Okay. So that's how all these things are coming. So it will be interesting. so many words
And
coming.
last, tru is the last one. Tru.
Okay, three is, I believe it is Tarati. Yeah? Three. Tarati is actually swimming.
Acha. Okay.
Yeah, I will just check and confirm. Okay, if there is a difference, I will tell you in the next class.
Okay.
So there are so many little bit different, seemingly same. Only way to is just keep looking it.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Arambam kurmah. Ranjini ji, swagatam. Kutra asid bhavati. Where were you? You are fine?
Yeah, Kshamasya.
Chamaswa.
Kshamaswa.
Chamaswa me. Not, I'm
2
not
weeks.
only for language purpose I am telling, I am not, that's okay.
Dvivaram.
Divasaram.
Dvivasaram, I could not come. Some personal commitment.
Okay.
But I listened to the recording.
Kinchit karyam.
I listened to one recording. I have to make up for the second one.
Okay. Do it when you get a time. No problem. Okay. Yeah, so today we have to cover a little more. Let us go there. Prathamam, I'm going to share. I will share now. Where is it? Prathamam egam slokam. Which slogam? Slogam from Veda slogam. Okay, Shanti mantraha. So I will sing it and then you can sing after me. Okay. Ekaha Shanti mantraha. Vedataha from Veda. Okay. Om Sham No Mitra Sham Varunaha.
Om Sham No Mitra Sham Varunaha.
Sham No Bhavatvaryama.
Sham
No Bhavatyama.
Sham No Indro Brihaspatihi.
Sham
No Indro Brihaspatihi.
Sham No Vishnurukramaha.
Sham
No Vishnurukramaha.
Namo Brahmane.
Namo Brahmane.
Namaste Vayo.
Namaste Vayo.
Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi.
Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi.
Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami.
Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami.
Ritam Vadishyami.
Ritam Vadishyami.
Satyam Vadishyami.
Satyam Vadishyami.
Tanmavavatu.
Tanmavavatu.
Tadvaktaramavatu.
Tadvaktaramavatu.
Avatu Mam.
Avatu Mam.
Avatu Vaktaram.
Avatu Vaktaram.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
So when I went to Chinmaya mission, I had some opportunity to go there continuously. I had some project in one place and nearby there was a Chinmaya mission. So I used to go there. Of course, I used to go there and I came to know that Saturdays they have this Vedocharana. I know I will never get this in life and I was never exposed. So I went there. And this was one of the easiest I could easily do. Then when I knew that our Navy, what do you call it? I don't think it logo. What do you call it? That motto or whatever. I
Ensign.
saw that they are naming it as Shamno Varunaha. Anybody noticed? The flag, new flag, Indian Navy.
Yeah.
What is inscribed now? Have you noticed?
Yeah, recently they actually
Recently
chosen,
Yeah, but what is in the flag written?
yeah, INS
Sham,
Vikrant at that time. Yeah.
yeah,
Shamno.
look at it. There it's written Shamno Varunaha.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I thought, hey, Shamno Varunaha is familiar for me. I heard it. Then I remembered, oh, that is the Shanti Mantra. From there it's coming. So you can see Shamno Mitra Sham Varunaha. Okay. So olden time in Vedic period, much before, even before Vishnu and Shiva concepts came, they used to worship Indra, Mitra, Varuna. So Varuna is still there. Varuna is what? Actually rain god.
Yeah.
So that's why more appropriate. So Varunaha, Naha. So this is why I told the other day, Naha, right? Asma, Aham, Vayam, no, Aham, Avam, Vayam, right? Then Mam, Avam, Asman. Asman can also be Naha, right? I told you.
Yeah.
This Naha can be Asman, it can be Asmakam, it can be Asmabhyam. All these are used in Naha. I told you that time in slokas and all, they will write like this, mostly Naha, now and all. So that's why I thought let me just do this because it's simple one. Its meaning is very simple. Okay, Mitra Varuna Sham Kurvantu, or bless us or make us peaceful. These are all calling different people. Indra, Brihaspati, Vishnu, Rurukramaha. Rurukrama, I think, in some bigger step or something, that's a meaning. Brahmane Nava Nama Vayu, I just Vayu. Yeah. A Vayu. So everybody we are calling. Brahmane Vayu Nama. Then we are saying Tromeva Pratyaksham Brahmasi. We are going to study today. I think we already studied. Huh?
Asmi, yeah, Asmi.
Sahatau te.
Asmi,
Right? No. What? Asi we have studied? No? Asistahastha? No.
Yeah,
Okay.
Asistaha.
Okay, anyway, we'll go. Okay. So you can relate it. Brahmasi is Tvam. Because Tvam, it is not Brahmati, it is Brahmasi. So Pratyaksham means directly. You are the one who is directly, I can see. So Maya Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami. You are the one called. People say Vadishyami or will be called. Ritam Vadishyami. I forgot exactly what it is. Satyam Vadishyami. I think Ritam is something like Dharma. Tat Mam Avatu. Let Mam, me. Okay. Sahata Asi. Aham Avam Vayam. Okay. What is Dvitiya? Mam. Yeah. So Tat Mam Avatu. Avatu means Rakshanam Karodu. Okay, Trayatam, because it's Atmanepati. Please save us or protect us. Tanma Avadu. Tat Vaktaram Avadu. Vaktaram means Guru. Okay. Tad Vaktaram Avadu. Avatuma. This is repeating. Avatu Vaktaram Shanta Shanta Shanta. So that is where this is coming. When Navy people are in the sea, they are saying Shamno Varunaha. The Jala Deva. Shamno, okay, please bless us so that we don't face any difficulty. Avagadam? So let us go to Vibhakti now, Vihaga Vikshanam. Okay. So what the idea is not to teach you Vibhakti in like a coming everything like a storm on you. The idea is a slow evolution and relate to normal way why vibhaktis are coming into picture. So if somebody asks you are looking whom you are looking, so I told you when I introduced karma badam, you have to change vriksham. So that all originated because some question came, hey, I want to know whom you are looking. So Ramaha Vriksham Pashyati. So like that you can relate it to this vibhaktis. That is the way we want to introduce. So we are introducing in that way in the beginning. That is not comprehensive. This doesn't mean these are the only things, but this is the very basic things that is coming around why vibhakti forms are coming for different namapada. Okay, so basically what we are saying is these are all taking different forms, vriksham, vrikshayana, vrikshaya, according to what information you want. Okay, because when you just say something, then you keep in your mind, you more and more questions come and then answers come. Then Samskrita Bhasha is putting in a different way, or any Bhasha. And that is how vibhaktis are coming into picture in different forms. So that way you can relate it. So that is all we are doing. So again, I'm telling we are going to tell you only very commonly used akara, akara, little bit only that, very commonly used. But we will get you that hang of it. And then after you cover a little bit, most of them, then we will go into vibhakti in a detailed way so that one vibhakti you completely cover what all are possible. Okay. For example, we learned Dvitiya Vibhakti. Okay, that is good enough, but still there are things like, suppose I want to say, around my house there are Udyanam. Okay, Udyanani, I can say there are a lot of gardens. I can say. So there are things like in Sanskritam you must use Dvitiya. You cannot use Grihasya. You cannot say in your own language what you will say. In front of my house, then off is coming mostly here, grihasya. That's not the way Sanskritam will say. If it is paritaha, ubhayataha, like that there are things. All those words are referred, then it must be in Dvitiya. Like that there are some things. All those things we did not cover. That's what I mean when I say we are not comprehensively covering in this one. We are going to have a bird's eye view and a flavor of normally used one so that you can relate it easily. Then when we go into real teaching of take one vibhakti and go in detail, you will be very comfortable because you are able to relate it. What does it all mean? Okay. With this, I'm going there a little bit here. If you have any questions so far. Okay, then what we are going to do is we are going to focus in this class the last one, Kutra. Okay, when you ask Kutra, then answer will come like Vrikshe. Kutra gacchati bhavan. Aham grihe gacchati. I am going to, but of course, gacchati is griham. Aham karyalaye gacchati. Aham vidyalayam gacchati na. Kutra asti bhavadaha griham. Vidyaranyapure asti, Bangalore Nagariyam asti, like that. Okay, so that is how it will come. This answer will come. That we want to introduce Kutra and this form. We are not introducing this. Slowly we will come to this also. And again, this is not comprehensive, but normally used one. And also we are not going to use Dvitiya Vibhakti. We will use Pratham Ekavachanam and Bahuvachanam, because those are commonly you will come across. So what's the idea? You will get an idea about, okay, this is how either in different words or different sentences we come across this form, Vrikshe or Nagariyam, like that. Nadyam. Nadyam Nadyam Tarati, Saha Nadyam Tarati. He is swimming in the river. Okay, so that way you feel it, Nadyam. So then that is as an answer to Kutra, right? So like that you get familiar with this. Then we will go into this all these forms in detail. Then you will know that it is not limited to Kutra. There are other things. So then you can relate to it. That's the specialty of Sanskritam. So the certain things has to be used along with this usage. That's why I gave you the example. Certain things like paritaha, upayataha, around, or things like that. It must be dvitiya. You cannot use. If you intuitively, you will feel it is here. Grihasya paridaha. No, it has to be griham paritaha. Like that, namaste or nama, all these things must be this here only. Okay, that is why, because it doesn't relate to other languages. If you look at it, Narayanaya nama, Shivaya nama. Why? That's a specific usage in Sanskritam. You cannot put whatever you are saying in your mother tongue and convert it. Then it will become it has to be somewhere here and all. So that is why I am saying the comprehensiveness will come later, and that will be here and there some specificity you will learn. But the idea about this introduction is just to get a overall view in the normal usage, so that whenever you come across sentences, you are able to relate it, so that you don't feel strange about all this. Okay. So with this, what is given here, I am just going, already you may get idea, but I will just explain a little bit. So all these vibhaktis I already mentioned, here, at least to a limited extent, is coming because as an answers to certain questions. So if somebody says there is a vriksha asti, then in your mind, I want some more information. Okay. So then related to vriksha, I am saying, suppose I am looking at vriksha, how will you say? I cannot use vriksha, I have to use vriksham pashyami. I just added balagam also. So that is coming as an answer to kim pashyami, vriksham pashyami. Now there could be questions like with, by and all. Kena. Okay. How do you get the chaya? Chaya means what? The shadow. Vrikshena chaya labhate. How do you get chaya? With the vriksha. Okay. And this is a little not exactly intuitive, but it's okay. Kimartham, or for who, why, all these type of things will be used here. So aham jalam datati. Whenever you use datati, the giving, you must use this usage. Okay, vrikshaya. And similarly, when you want to say vrikshat parnam patati, from vriksham, this leaf is falling. If you want to say leaf is falling, you must use vrikshat. It has to be from. That may be all coming in alignment with your familiarity with Madhrubhasha or English. Some of them may not, most of them may, but this is where you have to be very specific when you learn Sanskritam. For example, bhidihi. Okay, aham simhat, mama simhat bhidihi asti. All these things you will learn certain specificity. Like if you want to say I am afraid, then you must use afraid from. These kind of things are there in Sanskritam. That's what you will learn when you go into broader sense of learning. But here now we are only learning normal usage. Okay, phalam patati. Then you must use vrikshat phalam patati. This is very common. Vrikshasya, you must be already familiar. Bhavatyaha. Similarly, Ramasya or Ramasya Patni, Sita, like that. So that is coming as an answer to whose. Kasya Patni, Sita, Ramasya Patni, Sita. So question will be Kasya or whom, whose. Then Vrikshasya. Okay. Kasya Kaksha, whose class is this? Asmagam Kaksha. It is our class. Last one is, they're all technical word. Okay, I will, if you want to be comfortable, I will explain this also. This is mostly like kutra. This doesn't mean only kutra. Kada also will be, answer will be in this form. Okay, I'm not kada uttishtadi prabhate uttishtami, right? So kada also will be answered in this form, but we are focusing on kutra. Kutra asti bhavati aham Bangalore Nagariyam asmi. Or kada uttishtadi prabhate uttishtami. But putra is more focused. Okay, that is vrikshe. So this karakam is a little deeper subject in vyakaranam. Okay, so we are not going there much, because when somebody studies deeply Sanskritam, then a lot of things will come out. But for our understanding and using language, understanding and prose, poetry and all, samanya jnanam paryaptam. Ataha, this is only enough. But people will use this technical term, karakam. Karakam and vibhakti are, for some people it are synonymous. But for a grammarian, it is not exactly synonymous. There are some differences. That is not our focus. But whenever they say what is different vibhakti, they will use, karakam. The karakam, what they refer is, okay, whenever there is a kartru form of the namapadam, if you want to use kartru padam is what your focus is, then it is called kartrukaragam. Etasmin vakye kartrukaragam pradhanyam. Okay, that's important. Vrikshaha. So it is kartrukaragam. In our samanya way to understand, this is kim. This kim doesn't mean kim namusagam only. I'm explaining everything with namusagam. Normally that's what is done. We cannot do everything. I had to say pullingam, strilingam, divajanam, bahuvajanam, everything, no. So we just take one of them, then you can expand it. This doesn't mean it's only egavajanam. It can be vrikshaha, sandhi also is included. So when we teach or explain it, we take one example for easy understanding, but you can expand it and keep in mind that it's not limited to only egavajanam or one specific lingam or like that. It's representative. Namusagam is representative for all. It's easy to understand. So this is kartru. This is karma. So this is all already we learned. This is karanam. Karanam means what? Upakaranam, instrument. Upakaranam, maybe it's in your language. Upakaranam means what? It's an instrument. So whenever something is expressed in the form of a upakaranam, with that something is happening, then this vibhakti will be used. And the form is technically sapnya is karanam. Sankediga sapnya karanam ubhyujya vibhakti bhavati. Sampradanam, danam you know, okay? Sampradanam, that is what is more, it's datati. So this is mostly, this is a deriving word or kriya. Sampradanam, anything where it is given, okay? For example, yachakaya dhanam datati. That's, you should be noticing that. When you learned this one, what is this, karma padam, intuitively you will think dhanikaha yachakam dhanam datati. That is intuitively, many places it will fit, but not datati. Datati means giving. It is a, what happened? Giving means what? Dhanam. So the datati has to go only with this form. So it must be yachakaya dhanam datati. It cannot be yachakam dhanam datati. That is something, you can take it as an exception also, because when we learned vriksham, if you say what is, okay, dhanikaha dadadi, kim dadadi, dhanam dadadi, kam dadadi, yachakam dadadi. So dhanikaha yachakam dhanam dadadi may be your intuition. There is an exception. Dhanikaha yachakaya dhanam dadadi. Dhanam is dhanam only. Okay. So that kind of things you should understand. So that is this fourth one, sampradanam. Apadanam is actually from, something from, coming from. Parjanyataha vrishtihi bhavati or agachyati. Parjanya means megha, okay? Cloud. Parjanyataha vrishtihi. Vrishtihi means what? Rain. Vrishtihi bhavati agachyati, whatever. So all these things you have to say parjanyataha or parjanyat. No, it is parjanya is a strilingam. Parjanyaya jalam agachati or vrishtihi agachati, vrishtihi bhavati, etc. So this is, and this one is here, this is closely associated with Prathama Vibhakti, okay? Because if you say Ramasya Patni, Ramasya importance is gone. Your focus is on Patni. Ramasya Patni Jalam or Ramasya Patni Pachakam Karoti. Then Ramasya Patni is together making one entity, and Patni is the one we are focusing. Who is doing? Your focus is on, at the end of the day, who is actually, what is the subject? Not Rama. That was only a Visheshanam, Ramasya Patni. It became Sita. So that way, this is not actually having a Karakam. So it is mostly, if you use this, following that, you must use Prathama Vibhakti Ekavajanam, or if it is Ekavajanam, something will come. Then it becomes the one which is driving the Kriya. So Vrikshasya Shakha. Vrikshasya Shakha Unnata Asti. So then Unnata Asti and everything is related to Shakha, not Vriksha. So that way it is not having clear Karakam. That is why this is like that. So just understand that. Adhikaranam is more like locative in English, and it is like where, when, like that. Okay, that much will be enough. So these are the English words they use. You are lucky all these things. When we learned, nobody put everything, and some classes somebody will say it's a dative. Gone. Our complete understanding is gone. What exactly is dative you mean? You may be familiar, I don't know, but we cannot say that. So I have come across like that and difficulties and all. Then I have to go back and understand what is dative. Then with English itself, I have to understand, oh, dative means this is what they mean. So these are here for your understanding. So you are in a way, all those things you are saved. You have everything. And there are others who are doing similar slides, so you can get help. Anybody has got any questions so far? This is only Vihaga Vikshanam or Simhavalokanam. You have seen Simha, it goes at the end, right? The Lion King goes in the Parvata and look at all around. That is what it is. Simhavalokanam. Or Pakshihi Vikshanam Karodi. Pakshi is looking at all around. That's all our level is now. Avagadam? Agre Saramaha? Can we move forward?
Mahoday.
Okay, now it's coming. All examples are coming. There are a lot. So that's why let us move fast. Who wants to say this? Somebody take a volunteer. Sevagaha kaha vadatu. Ranjini ji vadatu. Bhavati vadatu.
Mahavishnuhu Ksheerasagare Asti.
Mahavishnu. See, kutra asti? Ksheerasagare, in the Milky Ocean. Okay? Mahavishnu Ksheerasagare. Sagaram, you know, it's ocean. Ksheerasagare asti. Now?
Kailasa Sikaraha Himalaya Parvate Asti.
Uttamam. See? It's all clear, right? Kailasa Shikaraha. Shikaraha means what? The end or the zenith. Kutra asti? Himalaya Parvate asti. So this is coming as an answer to Kailasa Shikaraha Kutra asti? Kailasa Shikaraha Himalaya Parvate asti.
Kamalani Kasare Santi.
Uttamam. Kasara means lake. Okay. Kamalani means all the lotuses. Kasare Santi. Ashaji.
Hamsaha Tadage Taranti.
Hamsaha va Hamsaha va?
Hamsaha.
Taranti Bahuvajanam. Hamsaha Taranti. Kutra Taranti? Tadage. Tadaga means lake. I think this is not correct. It's actually Ka. Tatake. I don't think it's Ga. Anyway, that's you can check. As my memory, it is Ka. It's not Ga.
Pustakani Fyuyate Santi.
Fyute Santi.
Syute.
Syutaha ityukte bag. Okay. Remember, syutaha and yutakam. These two words you can remember. Okay. Maybe useful in exam also. Syutaha is bag. Yutakam is shirt. Yutakam. In a way, it's good also. One is Navumsakam, Yutakam. Syutaha is Pullingam. So, Pustakani. Kutra asti? Kutra santi?
Syute.
Syute santi. Suppose I want to say Pustakam, Katham vadati?
Syuta.
Syutami.
No.
Syutakam.
I
Syutakam.
want to say
Syutaha.
one book.
Syutaha.
One book. I want to say one book is inside bag.
पुस्तकं स्यूते अस्ति
Pustakam.
Uttamam. Pustakam Syute asti.
Asti.
Why I'm asking is it's a very simple one. You shouldn't lose sight of that overall view. Okay. Okay. Don't get carried away on.
भारतदेशः
Ah.
एशिया खण्डे अस्ति
Khande means what? Piece, right? One piece of it. Asia Khandam. Asia Vankara or Asia
Continent.
continent. Okay, that's Asia Khandam, Asia continent. So think about it. Bhumihi asti, Bhumihi Ganda Gandam Karoti Chet, Kim Bhavati, Shad Ganda Hava, Sapta Ganda Hava Bhavati. Ekah Ganda Asia asti, Vidiyam America asti, Europe asti. This is how language you can relate it. You don't need to learn, for this continent Ganta. Like that, you don't need to learn. Ganta means what? Piece, one piece. So from where this is coming, you can relate it. Piece of what? Piece of earth. So Asia Gantaha Ekaha, Europe Gantaha Dutiya, like that. So Bharata Deshe Kutra asti? Asia Ganda, in Bhumi, okay? Bhumau Asia Gande asti. So when you learn little more, you will add more things. Bhumau. You didn't learn it, and we are not learning that also. If anything with E will become Au. Ratrihi will become Ratrau, like that. So Bharata Deshaha Bhumau, in earth. Asia Gande, again Kutra answer. Both are Kutra, answer to Kutra. Asti, but you are becoming more specific. Vadadu, Vinay Mahodaya vadadu.
बलिवर्धः मार्गे गच्छति
This is Balivardha.
न्यायाधीशः न्यायालये उपविशति.
Nyayadhishaha, Adhishaha, okay?
Dishaha.
Adhishaha. You can relate it. Ganeshaha, Ganasya Ishaha. Gananam Ishaha Ganeshaha. Ganesha is having a lot of Ganas, right? Bhuda Ganas. As he's the leader of them. Like that, Nyayadhishaha.
Nyayadhishaha.
Adhishaha. Janaganamana Adhinayaka. So like that, Adhishaha. Nyayadhishaha. Kutra Upavishadi?
Nyayalaye
Nyayalaye.
उपविशति.
Sainikaha Simante Sancharanti.
Sima means the
Border.
frontier.
Border.
Okay, yeah, border, frontier. Simante. Sime Sancharadi is also okay. Simante is a little more specific at the end, as if we are going to Siachen. So it's correct, but Sime also is correct.
Sarpaha Valmike Nivasanti.
Valmikam. Okay, that is how Valmiki Namam Ulbhavam Abhavat. Okay, Vatmiki Namasya Ulbhavam. Vatmiki Kutra Asit? Where was he, Vatmiki? So when he sat in meditation, Vatmigam Paritaha or Upayataka Uparihi Ataha Sarvatra Vatmigam Bhavati. Right? He is surrounded by Vatmigam. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's why Vatmikam. Okay, so that is how it's coming. Vatmikam means this one. In the whatever you see here, the ants hill, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
So that is Valmike. I'm not sure Valmike is correct. That is another thing you can notice. Okay. Vishwamitraha. Vishwasya Mitraha is actually Vishwamitraha, but he is called Vishwamitraha. Same way, Valmigam is the word, but Vatmihi is the one which is for the person. Hagadam? Okay. Chitraji, what is it?
शुकाः वृक्षे उपविशन्ति
Uttama. Kopi, what is it? Somebody?
अग्निशालकाः पेटिकायां सन्ति
Hagadam, right? If you don't know, I don't want to stay here. Payalji, what is it?
प्राणी कपटिकायां सन्ति
Uttam. See? Kapatika, Trilingam. So, Kapatikayam. Okay? Kapatikayam. Now I don't want to wait here. Pustakani, Utpitikayam.
पीठिकायां
Santi.
सन्ति
Okay. Shishuhu, Dolayam. Nidradi. So all these things are Trilingam. That's why everything is Ayam, Ayam. Okay, Latayam. Okay. Pakshihi, Latayam, Asti. It may not be fully correct, but Chitrashalabaha, Latayam, Asti. Chitrashalabaha means what? That small thing flying.
Mahodaya.
Ah.
Shishuhu also Strilinga.
No. Shishuhu Nidradi. Okay.
Dola.
So, okay, you are not.
Dolayam.
Dolayam, the noun form is dola, not our focus is not shishu. Shishu will become shishau if suppose aham shishau something I want to say. Shishau devam pashyami. I see in the shishu a deva. Then I will use shishau. But I am not telling in the shishu. I am telling in the dola. Dola is this thing. Right?
No, my question is Shishuhu Dole Nidrati. It won't it come? Like
That is what I am saying. You are confusing. This and this are connected. Okay. So suppose Shishuhu Mataram Pashyati. Okay. Shishuhu Pitaram Pashyati. Shishuhu Vriksham Pashyati. Shishuhu Shakham Pashyati. So that thing keeps changing because based on Shakha, Vriksham like that. Shishuhu Pashyati doesn't change. Shishuhu is connected with this one. Shishuhu Nidradi. This is in between thing. Dola is Trilingam, so it is Dolaya. Suppose, imagine for simplicity, this was a Pullinga word. Okay. What's a Pullinga word? Just for simplicity, Siyudaha. Suppose he is in a sleeping bag. Okay. Nidra Siyudaha. Suppose he is in a sleeping bag. Then I will say Shishuhu. Suppose in the airport, there is no other way. So you are putting into sleeping bag. Sleeping bag is what? Siyutaha. The Pullinga. Shishuhu. Nidra Siyute Nidradi. Not Nidra Sita. Yeah. So it is depending on what that object is, not Shishu. Shishuhu Dolayam Nidradi. Shishuhu, let us make it simple. Siyute Nidradi. Hello. Suppose in the bag, it is sleeping in the bag. Shishuhu Siyute Nidradi. Hello.
Okay.
If it is in the Dola, you will say Shishuhu Dolayam Nidradi. Because Dola is Trilingam. Dolayam.
Got it.
Yeah, that is how it is. Patrani Pagashalayam Santi. Okay. So it's all depending on this one, Pagashala, not Patram.
Okay.
Navikaha naukasu taranti. We are coming into Bahuvajana. Okay? Because there are more than 3 or more. So Navikaha, the sailors are traveling in 3 of them. So Naukasu. Suppose everybody was in one only, it will be Nauka is Trilingam. Navikaha Naukayam Taranti. Okay? Naukayam Taranti. Because there are 3 Naukasu. Dhanyani Kupikasu Santi. Kupi means bottle. Kupi. Okay? Dhanyani, all these dhanyas. Kupikasu, in bottles. Kupikasu Santi. If they were all mixed in and everything was in one bottle, how it will be? Kupya. Okay, Bhavati, Bhavatya. Nadi, Nadya. Kupi, Kupya. So then Kupikasu. Vastrani Dronyam Santi. Droni is the Ekavajana Rupam, Strilingam, just like Nadi, Nadyam. So Droni, Dronyam. It is in the bucket. See, Nadi is coming here. Nauka, Nadyam, Tarati. The boat is swimming in the Nadi. Matsyaha Jale. Yeah, your answer is clear here, right? Because Jalam is Navumsagam, Jale Sancharanti. Incidentally, I want to tell you, I can tell you now itself. These Pullingam and Navumsagam are very big friends. Okay. After crossing this, suppose this is a marathon, after 10th mile, 11th to 26th mile, they are together always. If any word is Akaram in Pullingam and Akaram in Navumsagam, they will exactly following same way, completely like that. So that way you will not need to learn Navumsagam. Once you know Pullinga Rupam of Akara, Navumsaga Akara will follow same thing. Vrikshaha Vrikshena, Kantukam Kantukena, Kantukaya, Kantukat, Kantukasya, Kantuke. Like that's what I mean. Agadam? So that you get some feel of it. That way, this is easy only. It's not difficult. There are a lot of things you will learn like that to make things simple. Okay, where were we? Okay. Matsyaha Jale Sancharanti. Sancharam, you know, it is travel. Kunchikaha. These are Kunchikaha. Kunchikaha Santi. Kutra Santi? Dware Santi. Dwaram is door.
Door.
So Dwaram is Navumsagam. So Dware, it's exactly like Pullinga Egavajanam. Pullinga Akarandam. Dwaram also Navumsaga Akarandam. So both will be in the same form. Pushpani Udyane. Udyanam is Navumsagam. Udyane Vigasanti. Nartakaha Mandire Nrityanti. Because Mandiram is Navumsagam. Suppose it was Mandira, how it will be? Just imagine. It's not correct, but suppose the word was Mandiraya Nrityanti. It's not correct. There is no such word, but just to technically to know. Mandira. So there should be correct one also. There will be some similar one. We can say what is Nartana Shala. Suppose you can say Nartakaha Nartana Shalaya Nrityandi. Nartana Shala means what? It's a Shala means what? No, you know, in the Shala means what? An enclosed place. Padashalaya, in the school. Chalakaha Vahane Asti. Because Vahanam is Namusagam Vahane. That's it. What we are doing here is Ekavachane, we are only focusing on akara of Pullingam, akara of Trilingam, and I shouldn't be actually going that detail. Then you will get caught up there. But common words normally ending in akara only. But there are others we are not. So that is what I mean. This is not comprehensive, but this is giving you a good flavor. So all these things are to the question, which question? Kutra. So if you want to indicate an information, convey an information, you have to use, to the question kutra, you have to use this form. Okay. This is one of the vibhaktis, last vibhakti. You have to change vahanam, the namapadam vahane, nadi nadyam, kunchika kunchikaya. That is the idea what we learned so far. And then we also learned here and there some bahuvajanam, naukasu or something, right? That will come little more subsequently. Okay. This is where I put everything together for your understanding, little cleaner. Okay. I gave here so that you can recollect what you learned in the Prathama Vibhakti. Okay. Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha. So these are the very common. Akara ending. Strilinge, Akara and Ikara. And Namusagam, Akara. Phalam, Phala is the Pratipadikam. We are focusing only here and here. We will not focus here. Only this and this, because they are very common. That will give you a flavor of the language used to convey the answer to the question kutra. Once you get that, then you will know here and there when you come across sentences, you understand it. Then we go into little more grammarian way, then it will be easy. That is the idea, okay? So this is Ramaha, Ramaha. I told you Prathama Vibhakti, Ekavajanam and Bahuvajanam. So Ramaha will become what? Rame. Then if it's there are multiple Ramas, then it will become Rameshu. Yeah. How can you remember that? This is Shu is at the bottom, right? So here also Rameshu. All right. So Lata will become Lataha, you know. I already told you Latayam or Kunchikayam, Nadyam, like that. And so it will become Latayam, then Latasu. This is our typical words. Keep these same words throughout, okay? That's the way to go. Don't change the words. It's not that it's fixed in rule or anything. To be comfortable and continuity, keep the same words. If somebody used Sita, keep using Sita only. But I believe you used Lata, then Lata continued. The advantage of Lata is Sita will get restricted to a female name. That will be a little problem sometimes. But Lata will fit as an object as well as a person name. Lata means creeper on the tree. So there you can say Latayam Vriksham Phalam Asti. You cannot say Sitayam Phalam Asti and all. So that is why Lata is little better. Okay. Nadi, Nadya you have learned, it will become Nadya. So even though this is Ikaram, this is somewhat like this. So you will not find difficulty. Lata, even though it's ending in A and Yam, you hear Nadi, Nadya. So that way you can relate it to here, Nadya. Then Nadishu, Nadyaha, Nadishu. So all these things are more of intuitive. Okay, when you pronounce it, some of them will become Asu, some of them will become Ishu. That's all. So most of them will come all right. Here and there, suppose something gets a little bit doubtful, just check in some reference books and get corrected and familiarize it. Then onwards it will be fine. This is the way to go. There could be so many words here and there. Most of them will be 95% will be correct, but not exactly 100%. So sometimes you have some stuck. What exactly it is? Is it Nadishu or Nadisu or Nadyasu? What exactly is that? Kind of things are likely to come. The only way is the moment you get that doubt, go and check up. That is when it will register very well because your mind is really hungry to know. Otherwise, it will not, it will take, you casually take, it will not sit there. You immediately should look at, then it will sit there in your database. Balam Baleshu. So similar. Bale Baleshu. See, these fellows are always Sakhaha. They are always go together. Okay. After Pradama, not Pradama. Pradama Vibhakti, Dvidiya Vibhakti. Third onwards, they are together. So here I have written what Pradama Parijiya Rupena Vayam Kevalam Akara and the Pullingam, Akara and the Strilingam, Akara and the Musagam, Pashyamaha. Also Ekavajanam, Bahuvajanam. Okay. I'm just whatever I talked, I have written here, so that when you refer later, you are able to relate what exactly it is, why this blank and all. So we will focus only on Ekavajanam and Bahuvajanam. We'll focus only on some of the commonly used. So I just put it exactly Akara, Akara and all. Astu. Now I want you to relate it to your life, Sanskritam, whatever you have come familiar. Okay, that's why I thought, yeah, that's why I thought I will, yeah. So I will just say, just to tell with me, okay. Apicha iti samyakeva eva atra atra. What did I write? Kanichana parikita vakyani pashyamaha. That means let us see some familiar vakyams. Okay. Api cha iti samyak iva. Oh, okay, okay. I was relating to avyayam. These are all avyayams. Okay. Api cha iti samyak iva eva atra tatra evam kada. There are any hundreds of coming. Okay. I'm just putting some of them. Okay. Whatever you are familiar. So this is a standard definition, okay, of avyayam. Okay. Kim sadrisham trishu lingeshu. Vadantu? Sadrisham trishu lingeshu. Sarvasu cha vibhaktishu.
Sarvasu cha vibhaktishu.
Vachaneshu cha sarveshu.
Vachaneshu cha sarveshu.
Yat avyeti tad avyayam.
Yat
Avyeti
Tadavyayam.
Yeah, this is the nirvachanam. Avyayasya nirvachanam. Definition of avyayam. What is avyayam? Because these are all coming in bahuvajanam of the what we kutra. Okay. Where is avyayam occurring? That's what. Sadrisham trishu. Okay. Or this is characteristics of avyayam. In three lingas. In kutra sadrisham. Trishu lingeshu sadrisham. Again, kutra sadrisham. Sarvasu vibhaktishu. Look at it. So here sarvasu it became here vibhaktishu because it was ending in e. It is vibhaktishu. It was ending in as, sarva, so sarvasu. Lata latasu. Nadi nadishu, like that. So sadrisham trishulingeshu. Sadrisham sarvasu vibhaktishu. Then sadrisham vachaneshu in all the, this is vachanam, navusagam. Sadrisham sarvasu or sarveshu, because this is vachanam, I have to use sarveshu vachaneshu. Oh, here it is, yeah. Sadrisham sarveshu vachaneshu. Then over. Yet na vyeti. This is t plus na will become enna. Yat plus na enna. Yat na vyeti. Vyeti means what? Get expended. Yat na vyeti, which doesn't get expended. Tat avyayam. Tad avyayam. Okay? Sadrisham trishulingeshu sarvasu cha vibhaktishu. Vachaneshu cha sarveshu yan avyeti tad avyayam. Astu. Now let's see here. Suryaha. Dinacharyavan bhavati Suryaha. Vadantu?
Dinacharyavan bhavati Suryaha.
Suryaha prabhate udgamya sayane astam yadi.
Suryaha prabhate udgamya sayane astam yati.
Yeah. So here my focus is on actually in the second one. Okay. First one is what? What is the Kartrubadam Suryaha? Kriyabadam Bhavati. So let me, the normal language, take it. Suryaha Bhavati. Kaha Bhavati or Kaha Vadati. Dinacharyavan not Bhavati. Yeah. Kaha Bhavati. Dinacharyavan. Dinacharyavan means what? Is a regular and very disciplined daily routine fellow. Dinacharyavan. Suryaha. Okay, what does he do? Suryaha udgamya, utthaya, or after rising, udgamya. I told you, whenever you see ud, always up, up. Okay, udgamya, udgachati, utpatati, jumping, utsaham. All these things, ut is generally is something expanding. Okay, udgamya means what? Ut, from here, ut, then gamya, gamayati, or gachati, utgachati, utgachati, then udgamya means having risen, udgamya. Kada, here is actually kada, not kutra. Kada udgamya.
Morning.
Prabhade udgamya. Astam yati. Yati means gachati. Astam means astamayam. Means what? Sunset. Astam karoti. Astam yati. Kada? Sayane. In the evening. Suryaha prabhate udgamya. Sayane astam yati. Sanskritam nirvajanam na visheshata. Okay. This is a little commonly known among Sanskrit lovers. Bhashasu madhura mukhya divya girvana bharati. Girvana Sanskritasya paryaya padam girvana bharati. This is a synonym of Sanskritam. Girvana bharati. Bharatyaha girvanam. The voice of Bharata Desham. Girvana bharati. Katham? Bhashasu. Look at here. Because it's akara on the ending bhasha, it has to be bhashasu. Lata will become latasu. Same way, bhasha, bhashasu. In languages, but when you say in English, among languages. In languages or among languages, ka madhura, ka mukhya, ka divya. Girvana Bharati Madhura Mukhya Divya Cha Asti. Okay, another one. Yudhishthiraha Jeshtaha. Okay. Pandaveshu
Jeshtaha Yudhishthiraha.
Among Pandavas, he is the eldest. Yeah. Actually, you can use Pandavanam also. Okay. That's another thing. When you learn little more, you will understand. Both are used. Actually, Pandavanam is more used, but Pandaveshu is also fine. So this is just to get a feel of this Kutra's answer coming in Bahuvajanam. This is a good one. You can by heart it. If you feel like Sanskritam has to play in your head, this type of things you can just make it by heart. Doesn't necessarily need to be a sloka. Astu. Anybody want to make sentences? Okay. Sviya Vakyani Rachayada. Now it's your turn. Okay. Challaji Vadatu, I have devotion in Krishna. Katham Bhavati? Katham Vadati?
Mama Bhaktya.
No, Krishna.
Krish-
Krishnaha will become what? Vrikshaha will become what? Vrikshe.
Vrikshe.
So, Mama.
Krishne
Bhaktihi
Bhaktihi.
asti.
Bhaktihi asti.
Mama Krishne Bhaktihi asti. Simple.
Mama Krishne
Okay.
Bhaktihi asti.
Now,
Deveshu.
Vadatu Mad.
Right. Deveshu. Aham. Like is what? Aham.
Ichchati. Ishtam karoti.
Ishtam.
Ichchati na ishtam karoti is better.
Ishtam.
Aham Shivaha Ishtam Karoti.
Shivam ishtam karoti.
Shivam
So,
Ishtam Karoti.
yeah, when you are learning this form, don't forget your Dvitiya Vibhakti, whatever we learned. You like, whom you like? Shivana, Shivam, right? So here this part is of course what our subject current, but don't forget whatever you learned.
Yeah.
Don't translate exactly like in English and then use it. That's wrong. You ask yourself, Aham ishtam karodi, kam ishtam karodi, Shivana, Shivam ishtam karodi. Among devas, so deveshu,
Deveshu.
Shivam ishtam karoti. Vinay Mahodaya, vadatu. Who is telling? Go ahead.
Padmaja Mahodaya.
Padmaja vadatu. Next one, Vinayji. Then next one, Payalji. Okay, let me tell in advance so that's better. So Vinayji, Payalji, this one. Be ready. Okay, yeah. Vadatu, Padmaja Mahodaya.
Pustakam Bahu Uttamam Katani Asti.
No. So in this book, so how will it change? Kantukam, Kantuke, right?
Pustake. Pustake Bahu Uttamam Katani.
Kathaha.
Kathaha.
Katha, kathe, kathaha. Lata, late, lataha.
Kathaha Santi.
Pustahe, Bahavaha, Kathaha Santi. Actually, you don't, in this and all, just forget it, okay? You have to say, Tasmin and all, that you will learn later when you go deeper. But just book, Pustake, Kathaha Santi. Okay? Bahavaha Kathaha Santi. So you can just say, Pustake Kathaha Santi. Samyak Kathaha Santi. Okay, Samyak. That's why here Samyak is helping you. Because it's Navusagam, you don't need to say Samyakaha or anything like that. Okay. Okay. If you are saying Sundaram, you have to say how? Sundaraha Kathaha Santi. Or Madhuraha Kathaha Santi. But if it is Samyak, Samyak will stay put as Avyam. Samyak Kathaha Santi. Okay, computer is Sankanagam. Vadadu, Mahodaya?
Mama Sanganakam Syute Asti.
Baha Uttamam. Samyak. Dhanyavadaha. Vadadu, Mahodaya or Payalji?
कक्षे एकः छात्रः नास्ति.
What is here? What did you say?
Classrooms in all classes.
No. Kaksha is Trilingam. So Lata, Lata, Su. Okay. Is Bahuvachanam. No, Bahuvachanam.
Sasu ekah chhatrah nasti.
Okay, it is not fully correct. Sarvasu Kakshasu Ekaha Api Chatraha Na Asti. Sarvasu Kakshasu or Kachyasu. Kaksha and Kachya both are used. Or you can use Pullingam if you want to use Vargaha. So if you use Vargaha, Sarveshu Vargeshu you have to use. Or Sarvasu Kakshasu or Sarvasu Kachyasu. Ekaha api chatraha na asti. That's the advantage or use of you learning api, eva. This is how you make it more emphatic. Ekaha chatraha na asti is not wrong. In all classrooms, no student is there. That's correct. But you have to tell to principal with some effect, right? Ekaha eva asti mahabaho. Ekaha api nasti. Aham agamishyami. Let me see. Where did they go? Kridangane, Sarve Kridangane, Agachan. They all went to Kridanganam. Okay. Okay. That's how the real life dialogue will go. Okay.
वृक्षः शाखे विहगे सन्ति.
Vihagena. Words is vihaga. What is singular?
Vihaga.
Vihagaha, right? Or vihaga.
Vihaga santi.
Vihagaha.
Vihaga santi. Okay.
Bahavaha vihagaha. Kutra santi?
Vrikshah shakhe.
Vriksha shakhayam or vriksha shakhasu.
Vriksha shakhasu.
Okay, to make it simple, don't tell vriksha, just branches, okay? Shakhasu. Look at it. So first thing is whether it is Bahuvajanam or Ekavajanam. Because it's Bahuvajanam, you have to use Shakhasu. If you want to, if it was a singular, then Shakhayam. Shakhasu Bahavaha Pachinaha Santi. Pachina is more used. You can use Vihagaha. It's correct, no problem. Okay. Plate is Stalika. Ashaji Vatato? Stalika is plate.
Stalikena on the
No, Stalika.
Stalika mother is
Lata what? Latayam. So
Latayam.
Stalika means what? Same. Why you are difficulty? Just copy it. Lata, Latayam. Stalika?
Stalikayam.
You should be, see, I thought all Indians are very good in copying. Chinese also. Okay. Stalikayam.
Stalikayam.
Mata. Pariveshayati. Pariveshayati.
Paisam.
Paisam pariveshayati.
Pariveshayati.
Chashakaha.
Chashakaha nahi nas.
No, in glass. Chashakaha.
Chashakaha nas.
How will you say in chashakaha? In tree, how will you say vrikshaha? Vrikshe, right? So how will you say in glass? Chashakaha?
Chashake.
Na chashake, not in glass.
Chashake.
Mata stalikaya payasam pariveshayati na chashake. Na chashake. Okay. Anybody has got any sentence on your own? Welcome. Otherwise, agreement. No creativity. Okay, I hope.
Sanskritam is so difficult.
See, don't think about writing. This is why this happens is when people, they unduly burden themselves. Because I am writing these sentences so that you get little more familiarity and you feel, okay, that is more related to real life. So I am writing this. But when you are asked to write something, simple sentence, don't think like a complex sentence. Okay? Aham grihe asmi. Finished. I am in the home. Finished. Aham vahane asmi. Finished. Saha vahane asti. Finished. Or pipilika vrikshe asti. Finished. That's it. Saptami. This one, right? Kutra asti? Pipilika kutra asti? Pipilika vrikshe asti or grihe asti or stalikayam asti. Finished. That is why people, because you get into more complex thing. Oh, I want to say Pipilika is here, that and that. No, simple sentence start because your focus is whether you understood concept. Then use simple sentence. Pillars will come once you're familiar with that. You can make hundreds of things like that. Right? Pustake katha asti. How many are there? So many things are there. This one, Anganyam kimasti mashi asti. There is in olden time, there is ink. Anganyam mashi asti. Koshte. Koshta means room. Koshte, you can write hundreds of things. Koshte utpidiga asti. Koshte pustagam asti. Koshte kandugam asti. Koshte duradarshani asti. Ting, no end. Okay, then Bharatadeshe bahavaha janaha santi. Bharatadeshe nadyaha santi. How many things you can write? That's what your creative stuff. Don't go into, I won't write a big sentence. When we are asked, focus is kutra, try to say a very simple one. Now, can anybody say one or two at least?
Students are studying in the class. Chatraha
Kachayam.
Kakshayam patanti.
That's it. Even you don't need to say Kachayam. Chatraha pat. No, okay. Oh, you have to say. Yeah, you have to say. Varge patanti or Kachayam patanti or Kachayam patanti. Uttam.
Fruits are on the fruits are on the tree.
Yeah. Phalani vrikshe santi. Finished. Agadam? Okay, let's go. We have to, if you are fast, then I will show this one. Otherwise, I have to go to next one. I don't have time with me. What is time?
10 minutes.
10 more minutes to go.
Oh, okay. A lot of things are to cover. So this one, if you, it's a very good one. I liked it. You can watch it in your own time. This is for Katha Pancha. Okay, this is 18. The episode 18. Kapolaha. Kapolaha? Yeah. That one. Not Kapolaha. What was that?
Kallolaha.
Kallolaha. Kallolaha 18. Okay. After 5 minutes, you start and go to the end. That's very nice. That is her name. Shilpa. Shilpa Mahodaya is very good for you. She saw Samyak Ucharanam Karodi, Samyak Padani Padanam Upayogam Karodi. Samyak expression Darshayati. So that's very good. You don't get such people in our daily life. So Pashyantu, this, you go and watch this. This is very good. And you will learn more about this. I selected because it has got this Kutra's answer here and there. It's a nice story. Okay. We don't have time to hear. Otherwise, okay. Lakaranam Vihaga Vichanam. Now it's over. Vibhakti is over. Now come to Lakaram. Don't get scared with this. Okay. Lakara means what?
Tense.
Lakara means what?
Tense.
Tense.
Tense. Present tense, past tense, future tense. This is a basic concept. Okay. Samskrite kadi lakarani santi? Dasha lakarani santi.
Lakara.
Dasha lakarani. The Dasha lakaraha santi. Now, Shad lakaraha kalam suchayati. That means it indicates kalam suchayanti. Okay. They indicate kalam, the 6. Okay. Just don't go into detail. For kalam, there are 6. Then Chatvaraha, mood. Okay. Prakara bodhakaha santi. They indicate mood. Mood or manners. Okay, like what Shubham Bhuyat, you might have heard, that is actually Ashirwad. Okay, Vichilingam Bhavet, it must be. Okay, Astamanam Bhavet, or something sung Yuddham Bhavet, Yuddha Bhavet. When you feel that, hey, this is going, tension is increasing, oh, there should be war. I expect that. Yuddha Bhavet. Of course, I should not have given such example, but it came from my mouth, so I'm giving. Bhavatu. Bhavatu is Ajna, or we have always used this one. Mahodaya Vadatu. Okay. So Bhavatu. I'm using Bhav Dadu, the Bhu Dadu. So that's why everything is related to Bhavatu. But we use Vad Dadu, Vadatu. Vadet means what? You should tell Vadet. Yada Sameha Agachati, Bhavan Vadet. You should talk. Otherwise, you will be neglected. Technology field, okay. Shubham Bhuyat. This one I'll tell you. This is another one. So I am telling this one easily because you can easily relate to it. This is something like conditional, okay, Abhavishyat. It's something like Yadi Bhavan Sigram Snanam Akarishyat. If you had taken bath faster, Chayam Shitalam Na Abhavishyat. Tea would not have been cold. This is something like this husband is taking bath and coming and getting angry. What is this one? This is cold. Then wife is telling, if you had taken faster bath, this should have been still warm. So that type of situation you will use it. Yadi bhavan shikram stanam abhavishyat. So it is something like a mood. Okay, if you had taken that, conditional. It's conditional and some expression of mood. If you had done that, then this would not have been cold. That kind of usage. Okay. So this should be more familiar. We are going to, okay, I will come to that. Don't worry, we are going to learn only 4 of them. And these 4 will help you to manage most of them because many others are very rarely coming in our literature, in our normal classic Sanskritam. Okay. Now I will come. Okay. Now this is a concept. In Sanskritam, there is a concept of current. In other languages, current, Bhudam, Bhavi, or Bhavishyat. Now, then everything is future. Now, and whatever happened is past. That's not Sanskritam. Sanskritam has further divisions. What is mainly the driving factor is something happened within today or something is going to happen within today. They have a separate use of the verb. And for future, that's the only thing. There are 2 types only. One is future, but within today. Then the other one is whatever is tomorrow and beyond. That is, so there are 2. In the case of past tense, same concept comes within today, whatever happened, then beyond whatever happened yesterday and onwards, and far, far behind also one is there. That is why Arjuna Uvacha, okay, because that is in Dwapara Yuga. Arjuna Avatat, they won't say. Arjuna told. Even though when we translate, it is Arjuna told. But when they say Arjuna Uvacha, so those who are familiar with Sanskritam, their mental picture is, oh, Arjuna Uvacha. Then immediately they will know. It's not something he just said, or he said yesterday, or even he said last month, or even last year. He said it long, long back, even beyond yugas, not even Kali Yuga. So there is, then don't think about that Western-like people. Okay, tell me what is the exact year. Which one? 2000 BC or no, that's not the idea. It's actually your mental picture. It will become relative. Even Kali Yuga, suppose you are referring to Shankara's time, it may be 7th century, 6th century or 8th century AD. It may be Shankara Vacha. Okay, but that's a relative thing. We are not going to that extent. I'm not in that grammarian type Latin, but have a mental picture. Something happened far behind. There is one lakara that we are not using much. They only have some 50 verbs, and you will come across in mainly in Shastras. When we say Shastra, Sanskritam Shastra means scriptures, not our science in the modern. That's not. When they refer Sanskrit people, if they say Shastram,
Vedas.
Shastram, what they mean is scriptures. Again, our time, Ashra Bharate, scriptures and science are one and the same. There is no difference. All these Maharshis, whoever discovered a lot of the distance between stars and all, they were actually both. They were having Vedantic inclination as well as scientific temper. Modern times, they made an artificial division, like the scripture is one direction and this one. No, that may be your case, but not in Asha Bharadam. Okay, that's what I want to say. So yeah, that is one lakara is there for past tense. So our focus is learning, and mostly classic Sanskritam, you will be fine with this. This one, this, and this. So this is not exactly this and this, okay? In the case of past, it is something which happened. I am telling only technically, okay? Even this, we use the whole thing, we use one way only. Okay, so don't confuse. When we use classic Sanskritam, we manage with just one, and it will go even today, whatever happened today in the past, or yesterday, or even far behind. Everything we learn only one of them, and we will use the same for everything. What we are telling here is, in the olden time or real, very, very old, there is a classification. There are separate verbs used to indicate exact segments of time. When they say past, the olden time people, they had 3 segments of past. But when we learn, we are going to learn only this, and we will use the same here and here as well. So don't worry, this is enough. But you need to know this. 10 lakaras there. So the whole 3 is covered with just 1 for us, classic. The whole 2 is covered with 1. Okay. So we already covered 3 plus 2, 5. And Vartamana, there is no difference, only 1. So these 6, we are going to cover with just 3. Okay. So we are only going to 3. And we are going to, in this, we are going to learn this one only. In one more, we will learn maybe in second year or so, these 2. These 2 are not required. And this you can a little more easily relate it. So that is one. Don't get intimidated. There are 10. But we are going to learn normally in Sanskritam, all these curriculums, teaching, classic Sanskritam, 5 of them are taught. In this year, I believe we are going to learn only 4. This one, Vidilingam, by the name itself, Vithi, Bhavet. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Let nobody be having dukkha a possibility. Vithi, such vitihi, such destiny. Let there be no such destiny. So like that, you will come this one's here and there. So don't worry. This also is important, but you are eventually learning in Sanskritam curriculum. Not this year, that's it. But you are learning the 4 main ones. So you will be in a very good command. So then we will see what are those, what we are going to learn. Anybody has any questions so far? Otherwise, I will just say, we are going to learn this. We already learned Vartamana, okay, Bhavati, Titaha, Anti, that we learned. Now we are going to learn Bhudakalam, or that is, okay, here I have to say, Anadyatana Bhudam. Adya means what? Anybody can say Adya means what?
Today.
Now.
Okay, yeah.
No,
So
today.
Adyatana means what? Today's. Adyatana Chalachitram Kim. What is today's movie? Adyatana Kachya Katham Asti. Today's class also. Adyatana is today's. Anadyatana means not today's. Okay, that is Anadyatana Bhuta. So Adyatana Bhuta is coming here. Anadyatana Bhuta is here. This technically, but for us everything is, we will use here also using this. So that is what we are learning. Anadyatana Bhuta. Then Samanya Bhuta is what? It's here. Okay. Paroksha Bhuta. This is lit. This is the one. Paroksha, very far. This is the here. Okay. So you can relate it. This is, it's not exactly in this order. Okay. You have to understand that. We are learning Anadyatana Bhuta. It's here. Samanya Bhuta is this one. And Paroksha Bhuta is this one. And in now this is over. Now we'll come here. What we are going to, we already learned. Which one we learned? This one. This one we learned. This one. Lit.
Bhavishyakan.
This is the one. Okay. Actually, that is second future. Bhavishyati.
So I think
No, here. Yeah.
Your mouse is in one place only, sir. It's not.
Huh?
Are you moving the mouse and showing here?
Yeah, I was showing here, this one. So in the case of future, this technically this one, but when I say Bhavishyati in classical Sanskritam, any time is fine. I can say it doesn't mean today only, or within today, it's tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or any time in the future. That's what I mean. But in olden time, or even now it is there, even though people may rarely use it, they will specifically have two different words. So, Varshaha Bhavishyati, I can say. What then? If you or I or anybody is, they don't care. Oh, Bhavishyati, it may be today or it may tomorrow. Doesn't matter. Bhavishyati, okay, it will happen. That's enough. They don't specifically think about what's the time. But in olden time, I'm a bit confused. I think this is the one actually, Bhavishyati. Samanya Bhavishya, second future. Okay, it's here. Yeah. So, and past tense is here. So both are like that. Anadyatana Bhuta Abhavat. Okay, so both are beyond one day. Okay. So suppose in the olden time, then what will they say? Varshaha Bhavita, somebody says. They are all Sanskrit, very familiar, fluent. What they will say, if somebody says in the house, hey, Varshaha Bhavita, then whoever is hearing will understand what? The rain will happen today, not tomorrow. And suppose he says Varshaha Bhavishyati, then whoever is hearing understand, oh, you mean tomorrow. As per the prediction, tomorrow it will happen, not today. Yeah, that's why I said Bhavishyati. So they will use two of them. Varshaha Bhavita, Varshaha Bhavishyati. Then those who are hearing, they have little more sense of, little more crispy feeling of time. But for us, classic Sanskritam, Varshaha Bhavishyati only we will use. If it is, if you want to say today, then you add it. Adya Varshaha Bhavishyati. Okay, that's it. Or if you want to be a little more specific, same Bhavishyati, but you add here, Shvaha Varshaha Bhavishyati. But for them, they don't need to say Adya and Shvaha. They just want to say Varshaha Bhavita. Then it's equivalent to saying Adya Varshaha Bhavishyati. Avagadam? Are you following? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's it. That's all the concept is. Then here we are going to learn this one, lot. This already we are using. So you must be Sarve Anuvadantu, Anugayantu. All these things are this one, lot. We will learn that also. Okay. So what actually I planned for today's class is this one, Bhudagalam. Okay, I will just touch upon it and then we can wrap up. So Lang Lagara means past tense. So this is what we are going to learn. And later on, you will know that we are learning another way of past tense because Sanskritam is very broad. Sanskritam can express past in a different way also, using what is pratyayas, suffixes. That type of usage also we will learn. This is purely looking at lakaras. That is the one we are learning now. And soon we will learn another type also. I'm just giving an advanced information. So here I will just go fast, okay? Lang lakara, past tense. It's just like titaha anti. What was titaha anti in the patati, patataha, patati. Afterwards, patasi, patataha, patata.
Patami.
Patami, patavaha, patama.
Patama.
So just understand, for pat dhatu, similarly, if it is lang lakara, past tense, always start with a. Okay, a. So that is something you should notice. It's not like satyam asatyam. That is for nouns. What we are talking here is kriya. So in kriya, if you want to use lang lakara, past tense, so it will always must start with a. Then pat will become apatat, apatatam, apathan, apataha, apatatam, apatata, apatam, apatava, apatama. Okay, ekavaram sarve vadantu. Pat dhaduhu. Vadantu. Lang lakaraha.
Lang lakaraha.
Lakaraha.
Apatat,
Apatat.
Apatat.
apatatam,
Apatatam.
apatan,
Apatan.
apataha,
Apataha.
apatatam,
Apatatam.
apatata,
Apatata.
apatam,
Apatam.
apatava,
Apatava.
apatama.
Apatama.
Yeah, there is no very easy way to remember all these things, but I can say this one is apatam, something different. It's ending in apatam, okay? And I told you the other day, if you know this, you know this. In all these Parasmaipadi, these fellows are always cousins. If he takes some form and end in va, he just needs to change va to ma, or vice versa. If he is apatama, then he is apatava. Kurmaha, suppose in Vartamana Kale, Kurmaha, then what do we do to get this area? Ma will change to va, Kurvaha. So these two are always, some sort of relation is there. This is always aham, so he always takes some different form, mostly some nice form. And this one is always starting, so there is little strange that you will forget it, because every time when you starting thing, people will remember. Then afterwards you have some problems. Then next thing is, these two are generally having some affiliation. This fellow will be almost like this fellow with something missing or something added. But what addition or whatever is lost will be very minute. So that is another relation. So also this and this. So that way you have some, if you know this, somehow you will know this, and somehow you know this. Okay. I don't mean it will just come automatically, but mentally you will get some picture. So here, if you just drop then it becomes here. This you have to by heart. This is completely different. So this, then if you know this, these three slowly will get covered. When you repeat, then you mentally you will connect this. This one always, in almost always everywhere, it's va and ma play. So if you know this or this, you know this. And this also. This and this will be strange. This, if you don't know also, in general, you will not suffer much. This fellow appear very less here and there. This is very important. Anywhere, Bahuvajanam of Pratama Vibhakti is very important. Pratama Vibhakti Ekavajanam also is important. These four corners are the most important in any lakara. So at least you should never have any confusion about these two. This mostly you will master but sometimes you may have some doubt. Just keep looking back, have some chart with you. Another thing you can do is whatever charts you have so far collected, take a screen print one behind, one below another probably. Let lakara, lung lakara, keep one consolidated 1 or 2 pages and keep looking it. Print it and keep it, because when you walk suddenly you will think, oh, but achalat. Tell me, let me create one chalat, chalati. Achalat, achalatam, achal, like that, then you can look at it. Achalan, oh, I got it. Achalaha, achalatam, because achalatam, then I will drop achalatam, achalata, it will come. Then my own, apatam, achalam, yeah, achalava. Achalava means automatically achalama. So this is how it will become interesting. So keep something and use consistently same. I think pat is better for all the dadus, all the lakaras. Consistently use pat itself. Then for Atmanepadi, vantate. Okay. You are free to use something, some people like laphat, lap, dadu, lapate, lapatam. Okay, fine. But be consistent. If you use one, then consistently use all of them. Okay, let us go here. Let's use all of them once, okay? Vadantu, okay? Aham vadami, sarve anuvadantu. Madhavaha upanyasam shigram apathat. Vadantu?
Madhavaha upanyasam shigram apatat.
Yeah, that means Madhava studied or read the novel or essay, depending on the context. Let us say novel. Very fast, he read it. So this is read, R-E-A-D, past tense, not patati. Madhava upanyasam shikram patati means it's a general character. He normally is very fast. Novel, he is saha Madhava upanyasam shikram patati. Then what do you mean is, whichever novel is given to him, he finishes fast. That's a Vartamanagala, was a general way, patati. Here I am referring a specific upanyasam, apathat. I had given or somebody had given him a novel and within 2 days he finished it. Then you will use this. Apathat means it's a past tense. He read it. Madhavaha upanyasam shikram apathat. Now, sarve anuvadantu aham vadami. Tau chatrau upanyasam shigram apathatam. Vadantu?
Tau chatrau upanyasam shigram apatatam.
Yeah, those 2 students, novel very fast, read. Okay, in English you have to say again read only. Okay, those 2 read fast too. Okay. Taha vidyarthinyaha api upanyasam shikram apatan. See?
Vidyarthinyaha upanyasam shigram apatan.
Taha vidyarthinyaha, those lady students, api also novel fast apatan. This is important. Okay, so because this is Bahuvachanam, you have to use apatan. This is what the gist.
Story.
Yeah, it could be a long story. Normally it's a long story, means it becomes a novel also, right? Upanyasam is a novel or story, or even a big dissertation. All these things are upanyasam. Okay, your PhD upanyasam kim, you can ask. Or you can also ask which novel you read, upanyasam kim. Or it's a story also. For everything you can use upanyasam. Astu. Tvam, now look at it. I am coming to Madhyama Purusha. So I am saying Tvam. So actually you have to relate here only. This and this. This is what? Do. This. This is Taha or Vidyarthinyaha. This is multiple. This is just to give a better sentence I am using. Okay. Tvam apataha. You read. That's what I am saying. Now I am just filling things. What he read, how he read. Katham, Shikram, Apataha. Oh, here itself is over. Yeah. You read fast is here. Parantu. Okay, I'm saying you read Katha fast. Or did I? We didn't read it. Okay. Vadantu tvam katham shigram apataha. Parantu slogam mandam eva apataha.
Parantu
Slokam mandam eva apataha.
Can anybody tell what is the English way meaning?
You read the stories first. You read the stories first, but you read the shloka slowly.
Read very slow.
But parantu slogam mandam eva. But you read the slogam. It's only slow, bhaiya, like that. Okay, that's the mood. You read it fast, this one, but I don't agree. Your slogam, you are slow. Okay. Yuvam katham slokam cha mandam apathatam.
Yuvam kadam shlokam cha
mandam
apatatam.
Yeah, so I'm referring, telling two people. Hey, you two, you read both katha and slokam mandam apatatam. Okay. Yuyam sarvani patanani mandam apatata.
Yuvam sarvani patanani mandam apatata.
Whatever study things, you all were very slow. Okay, you all apatata. So important is whenever what is subject, you have to use correspondingly correct form of Kriya Padam. That's the understanding. Okay. Now aham agachami. I'm coming. Aham. Okay, it's actually Maha. Okay. Mahabharatam api shigram apatham. Parandu bahavaha kathaha vyasmaram. See how beautiful apatham vyasmaram. Because when it comes to me, I select the best. Okay. Okay. Aham Mahabharatam
api
shigram apatham.
Parantu bahavam kataha yasmaram.
Okay. I'm going to tell a little bit here. This is called upasargaha. Okay. Anugayatu. So gayatu, you know, or gayati. Anugayati means what? They repeat after him. Or anucharaha. Charaha means somebody is going. Anucharaha means what? Follower. So anu, vismarati. There are a lot of things like that. Athigachati, avagachati. Lot of things are there. Right? Whenever I want, I'm just not coming. But you must be, in your own language, it must be there. Smarati, vismarati. Vinayam, savinayam. So sa is what? Or dhiraha, sudhiraha. So like that, these are called prefixes. Okay. Deepaha, pradipaha. Gachati, pratyagachati, prati. These are all called prefixes. Okay. Actually, in Sanskritam, suffixes are the one which are complicated way, change the meaning. But there are prefixes also, and there is no fixed pattern. Okay. Some of them create the same meaning. Deepaha, pradipaha. Some of them make the meaning opposite. Okay. I think there are some we like that. Don't come. Anyway, that's not a focus. So there are prefixes which give sometimes enhances, sometimes same meaning, sometimes gives opposite meaning, like that. Okay. So why I'm telling that is, if you come across a verb which is prefixed, then you cannot use then prefix and the form. No. You always need to remove the prefix separately and then make the form, then again put it back. It's just like taking a cover or you have a box or anything or lid. Take the lid out. That lid is what? Prefix. then do whatever transformation you want, then put the lid back. Don't, while keeping the lid, don't add ah and say, here Vismarati. Let me take easy one. Vismarati will become what? Avismarat. Hello. Vismarati, past tense will be? No, sorry. Smarati. Smarati, past tense will be Asmarat. Yeah. But Smarati and Vismarati is okay. This is actually opposite. Smarati means you remember. Vismarati means what? Opposite.
Forget.
You forgot. Yeah. So I cannot say, I want to say I forgot. So what's the word? Vismarati. So what is Vismarati is present tense. So what will be past tense? Avismarat. No.
Vismarat.
Because we in Vismarati is a prefix. I need to take it separately out. What is remaining is Smarati. I will change it to Asmarat. And then I will again add V plus Asmarat, it will become Vyasmarat.
Vyasmarat.
And then when it is Uttama Purusha, Vyasmaram. Okay? This is the etymology. This is the derivation route coming. Okay? We'll have more example. At least concept you understood?
Yes.
Only one concept.
Yes.
Look at the verb. Sometimes it may not be apparent, but at least understand the theory. If you know it, there is a prefix here. Pratyagachati example. You know Gachati. You know it is not Gachati, they are telling Pratyagachati. So you know Prati is the prefix. Take out the Prati and Gachati will become Agachat. Then again bring back Prati. Then it will become Prati plus Agachat. Pratyagachat.
Pratyagachat.
Saha Pratyagachat. He returned. Okay. So Gachati, Agachati. No, Agachat. And if you say Pratigachati or then Apratigachat na. Prati have to take and change Gachati, Agachat, again bring back. Then Prati plus Agachat, Pratyagachat will come. That is the, at least I think this now you must have got it, right?
Logic understood there, but which verbs we use, that's the problem. How do we know?
Yeah, you will see a lot of examples, then you will get a hang of it. I know that's difficult, but it's not that difficult also. You can figure it out. Most of them are vi, a, sa, su, prati. These are the things, one letter or two letter like that. And they are very much in use in many languages. When you come across, you will know, oh, I have heard it, I have seen it. Even Vismarat is example. Okay. Ava Trin Slogan Apatava.
Avam Trin Shlokan Apatava.
Yeah, because Ava Divachanam Uttama Purusha. There are two people. So you must use Apatava. This one you can just, I'm just giving example. Okay. Most important is what is Kartrupadam, then corresponding Kriyapadam in past tense, it must be Apatava. Then if it is Vayam, easy, Apatama. Vayam api Trin Slokan Apatama. Padantu?
Vayam api
Trin
Shlokan
Apatava. Apatama.
Sarve avagachanti va?
Avagachan.
Avyavagachat va. See? Avagachati. Ava is prefix. Avagachati means understand. Gachat, agachat. Ava, agachat. Avyavagachat. This is not normally used. Okay, but I'm telling. Avyavagachat and all people.
Avagatam va.
Avagatam. Yeah, that is using suffix. Yeah, that's one. That's what I'm telling. Sanskritam has one way of expressing is using the classic way of using verb, like in other languages. Sanskritam has got another way of telling same thing or similar thing in a different way. That is what is. For example, Gatavan. Okay. Saha agachat. That means what? He went. According to this, whatever we learned. Apatat. Same way, Saha agachat. Means what? He went. Okay. Saha Gatavan. You are going to learn that. What I did is the gam dhatu, I put some suffix and made it Gatavan. Then what is exactly, if you translate into English, what to look like this? That person, his status was not a Gatavan. Now its status is Gatavan. Means he became somebody who is a gone man. You understand? That is how, if you translate, it will become Saha Gatavan. He transformed in a status as a Gatavan, a person who is gone.
Yeah.
Gone means not gone out of the world, but gone.
Out of the door.
Yeah, so that is how, if you translate it, the conceptual wise, that's the meaning. But it's same. Saha Gatavan. He became a man who is gone out of this place, out of here, whatever we are talking. Saha Gatavan. We are talking in this room. Saha Kutra. Kutra asti. Saha Gatavan. Means he was not a Gatavan so far. Now he is a Gatavan. His status became a Gatavan status, the one who is gone. But that same thing, Saha Gatavan, when somebody says you understand, what is what you understand? Oh, he went. Okay, that's all. So they can express it both ways. One is pratyaya usage, Gatavan. Another usage is agachat, using this verb. So which is used depends. Sometimes whichever is this pratyaya will be very handy, easy, and then people use that more. Then this one will be, that's what I told the example. Avagatam is very much used, avagatam. It's simple and easy to understand. Gatavan also is like that, but agachat is not difficult. So this is, you should know this, and this and all will come in some slokas and all, so you should get understanding. Okay.
Gatavan, if it is Strilingam, it is Gatavati, right, Mother?
Yes, Gatavati, Gatavatyau, Gatavatyaha, all these things will come. That's
but you said
topic.
the other one, Agachati, when you say, is the same. How do you use that? For Srilingam and Pumlingam. You said the alternative way of saying Agachati.
No. Okay, this is where exactly you will get confused. Okay. So in the beginning, I told it's very normal, nothing wrong with it. This question is valid, but you should always keep a very good mental picture. What is exactly the subject? Is it Nama subject or Kriya subject? Don't get mixed up. In Kriya, you are concerned with Vachanam Purushaha, not Lingaha. That is why it is stressed. Purushaha and Vachanam. Whether Ramaha Gachati va, Sita also is Gachati. No change. Because Sita is Strilingam, Gachati doesn't change. Ramaha Gachati, Sita api Gachati. This is why you will have this doubt. It's very normal because you are fed a lot of information. But that's why I cautioned in the very beginning. Have a very good structure in your mind. For one stream is all Namapadam, Vibhakti, and all these things. They are dependent on Lingam. Because if it is Vriksham Pashyati, Chakham Pashyati, all these things are there, difference are there. Already we came to know that Shishuhu Syute Shete, or is lying in the Syute. The other one was what? Dronyam, something, okay, whatever. Or Latayam. That is because that is Namapadam. In the Namapadam, Lingam based. In Kriyapadam, it's not Lingam based. So to your question, whether Saha or Sa, it is Agachat, Apatat, same. Agadam?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's one. I understand. Very, very valid. And everybody goes through this difficulty, I won't say, this process. Look at here. This is another cause of concern. Here, Apatan. Remember well always, what am I dealing? First is, am I dealing with Kriya or am I dealing with the Nama? Because here, look at here. Ramaha, Raman. Both are ending in. Here, apatan. This is what will happen if you are not structured enough in your mind. Suddenly, because you come out all this, suddenly you are presented with some text or something, katha or kavita. Then apatan, oh, I know in Rama. Oh, I know it must be Dvitiya. No, what is this? This is Kriya. So you have to see whether it is referring to Kriya or it is referring to Nama. Even in Kriya, look at here, apatatam. Okay. Now when Lot Lakara comes, Atmanepadi, again Tam will come. Okay. So how will you differentiate? Oh, only way in Parasmaipadi Tam will come is past tense. In past tense, there must be A. That's how you will get it. So all these things are very interesting. What you need to do is you need to have that very basic identifier, don't leave it. If it is past tense, always I will be there. But always there are people, situations, I won't say people, there are situations like in every time to make you amusingly, somebody will make some fun. That is what these fellows are. Who? These prefix fellows. What they do? They make you confusing. You see Vyasmaram. There is A here. There is no A. So it demands your creativity. Hey, there is something here, Vya. Oh, I know Vya means must be V plus A. You also need to know all these aksharas, how it goes. Vya means always E plus A is Ya. So Vya, when you say, oh, I get it, it must be V A. Then you will make it, split it mentally, V asmaram. Oh, here A is there. So this is past tense. All this process will happen in your mind. Of course, but you have to be familiarized. This is why we stress you must do exercise. It's not just easily just look at something and just learn and whatever lecture or somebody says and understand. No, it will not happen. You may understand in the class, but slowly it will become difficult. So as much as possible, at least in the textbook, whatever blank is there, fill it. That is more than, I can't say more than, reasonably sufficient. If you put your mind, if you don't have time, but don't leave that. Even now, you can, whatever you learned previously also, if blank is there, go and fill it. Never allow that textbook with blank. Those are one of the easiest textbook you can see in Sanskritam. These textbooks are easiest. Sanskritam, when you go to a little higher level, you will find different ways of presentation. They are presented very, very easy way, structured way. You cannot make it simpler than that. So if you want to use maximum benefit, you must do those exercises. So this is the gist of what I told you, Mahodaya. Yashahava, Sahava, Ramahava, Sitava, Latava, everybody is apatat. Okay. So linganusaram pedaha na bhavati. This is what the important thing in Kriya. It doesn't depend on lingaha. When you say aham, whether it's a lady or it's a purusha, a man, it is apatam. There is no difference. When I ask somebody whether it is a stri or whether purusha, it is apataha. So in Kriya, that's a very basic thing. Linga is absent. It's not dependent on linga. It's mainly governed by purusha. Vachanam is always there in both. In vibhakti, in namapadam or kriyapadam, vachanams are always present. But in kriya, what is controlling is more controlling is purusha. In namapadam, vibhaktis, what is controlling is lingaha. Okay. So this is exactly the one what we learned to titaha anti patati, patataha, patanti, right? Patasi, patataha, patatha, patami, patavaha, patamaha. Same thing when it is past tense, apatat, apatatam, apatan, apataha, apatatam, apatata, apatam, apatava, apatama. At least please remember everything must have a. At least that identifier keep in mind. Then slowly learn this, okay? Use use go to the book and learn different things. I don't think we have time. We will continue next class, and then we will again refresh it. And next class, the other type of Bhutagala also we will introduce. Why I mentioned this is very important. It may be asked in exams. So please look at it as Tadu, because it's not very easily, intuitively, at least for some people, not that out of sync also, but for some people, they may get little doubt because it's not easily like apatat, apatata, astadu, asti. How will it becomes taha, santi? This is Vartamana Kala. If you did not notice it earlier, this is actually let lakara, Vartamanam. I have put it here. Again, you can observe. Asmi smaha. Asti santi. At least you should. Asti santi, you know. At least asmi also you know. Don't forget smaha. Okay. For example, old people can say, Vayam yuvakaha smaha. Okay. We were. Okay, no. Vayam current, you can say, Vayam yuvakaha smaha. We are yuvakas. Then you have to use smaha. Te yuvakaha santi. Aham yuvakaha asmi. Vayam yuvakaha what? Smaha. That is why, that's how you can remember. Okay,
so when are exams? Mahodaya, when are exams expected? You were saying exams?
I have no idea. I believe every three months or something they may have it. So quarter, so you can calculate.
Okay.
April, May, June, July, August, September. Okay, this September end time they may think about it, and I may get some information. Probably then it may come in October. That's how normally it can happen. So probably at least within October it may happen. Don't worry. Asit, Astam. So I have put this one, okay? So these two, learn it. If you did not already learn, just take note of it. And then this also, you learn it. At least Asit, Asan, Asam, Asma. Okay, remember asthma. Asthmatic patient, asthma, like that. You can relate in your language, in your own way. This is all I wanted to do it, but let's do it in next class. Okay? What else is there? Oh, there are a lot of them. Are you ready? You want to continue or let us continue next class?
Next class, Mahodaya.
Next class,
Okay,
Mahodaya.
Yeah.
I know.
Past 11
It is
o'clock.
lot of information.
Yeah, lot today. Yes.
But did you follow what I told?
You have to go back and see what
Mahodaya.
was there.
We have to revise it, Mahodaya.
Yeah, we have to revise.
Definitely, we have to put more and more effort, Mahodaya. I think that is.
Okay, we will
Class
go
by
through
class.
again next class.
Yes, Mahodaya.
Next class again, but I will take maximum some 15-20 minutes. So go through it. I'll be posting it there. Go through this one and then go through these things. Okay, I will tell you. Then there are a lot of examples. You will get all these with the real life examples. Then here everything is given. Patati become apatat, likati, alikat. They are only taking Prathama Vibhakti Agavajanam. Then they put something, all the three in Prathama Vibhakti. Then a table. So there are examples. You have all these. So here even they are given these things. It will be helpful. This is what I was telling. Okay, that I gave you that Vismarat, Smarat, Asmarat, Vyasmarat. Okay, the same concept. They have given examples more easily to relate it. So Gachati, you are first converted to Agachat, then again bring A. That's why it is Agachat. Okay, understood? So that concept is here. Prati avatat, pratyavatat. So split it, take out the upasarga with prefix, convert this fellow to this, again bring it back. So think about like a lid, like I said. That example just came. I don't know whether it's appropriate, but it's what it is. Take out that guy, convert it, and put it back. So that is what this is. They are giving different examples. That's it. Okay, astu. Samapayamaha. So go through that, you will get good idea. We will refresh it again. And another concept also we will introduce. Okay. Astu. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramayah. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kachchit dukkha bhavet.
Om Shanti
Shanti
Shanti Shanti.
So do we need to repeat only this Bhutakalam or that Kutra answer that also you want?
Just Bhutakalam.
What Balaji, I'm not hearing. You are on mute. You are telling something.
Bhutakalam is
Just Bhutakalam is good.
Just Bhutakalam. Okay. So we will repeat Bhutakalam, and that Gatavan concept also I will introduce. So go through this, be prepared. Then because one more thing is coming, Gatavan. Okay. So it will be fine. It's very interesting. Okay.
Dhanyavadah.
धन्यवाद महोदय पुनर्मिलामः
Punarmilamah.
Punarmilamah.
धन्यवाद.